Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: Oakland Athletics versus Los Angeles Angels, Los Angeles Dodgers versus San Francisco Giants, and Seattle Mariners versus Texas Rangers, which are happening on Thursday, May 27, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. Now I'm going to start off by talking about Orlando Magic versus Minnesota Timberwolves match. The Angels started the season as one of the better teams in the league, which had the baseball filled with excitement that Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani might make some playoff appearances. May brought bad luck to the club for most of the month, which saw them freefall in the AL West standings. A recent surge though hasn't done much in the way of the standings, but at least has the Angels bringing confidence into this weekend's series. Ohtani has battled injuries over the last few years to become one of the most exciting baseball players and potentially hits and pitches in the series opener. He leads the team with 15 home runs, good for second in the league, as well as 38 RBI and a .270 batting. Jared Walsh has been one of the surprises for the Angels this season, hitting .321, and has done a great job filling in from a production standpoint at first base. Oakland took 2 of 3 against the Angels last week, and while the Angels seem to have maybe turned a corner on their season over the last week, this isn't a great matchup for them given Ohtani will be taking the mound. His hitting will at least take some of his focus away from his bat, and they need that bat badly in this series. Trout is still working towards battling back from injuries, and without those 2 bats fully engaged in the lineup, it's a tough ask for their offense. The Athletics snapped their 3-game losing streak with a win over Seattle in their last game. Despite their recent slump, they are still on top of the AL West standings, 1.5 games ahead of Houston. They will try to increase their lead in the division with a win over the Angels, which will give them their 2nd win in a row. My betting advice for that game is to pick Athletics, -145. A sweep at the hands of the arch-rival Dodgers last weekend stung for a Giants team that has been one of the biggest surprises in baseball, but they got right back on track with 2 wins over struggling Arizona, including a comeback effort on Wednesday night. After falling behind 4-0 in the first 2 innings, San Francisco finally got on the board in the 6th on RBIs from Mike Yastrzemski and Buster Posey before Austin Slater tied the game on a 2-run long ball, and Jason Vulser put the Giants ahead on his first career homer in the 8th. The Dodgers just swept the Giants last week and will come into this weekend with plenty of confidence as they continue to stick with the Padres in the NL West standings, while the Giants continue to fall further and further beyond even without playing terribly. The Giants have far less depth in their lineup, and while Alex Wood has been great, he still took a loss the last time out against the Dodgers and will have a sliver of doubt in his mind coming into Thursday's start. The Dodgers are one of the hottest teams in the league and will come in very high on confidence after sweeping the Giants just last week. The defending World Series champions are pleasantly surprised to see Max Muncy lead the team, but nobody would have predicted him to take over the team lead in all 3 major offensive categories. Muncy has 10 home runs, 26 RBI, and .285, and while those numbers aren't overly impressive for the team lead, it more shows the depth of the roster and how anyone, even bench players, contributes. Justin Turner started the season on an absolute tear and is 2nd on the team with 8 home runs, and is only 1 RBI behind Muncy with 25 RBI. Over the last 7 days, Muncy has been on an absolute tear, hitting .529 with 2 home runs, and will be looking to bring his hot bat into this series. For the Dodgers, They have the hottest player on either side in Muncy and will be looking for bats like Turner and Betts to step up and put the pressure on the Giants. Expect the Giants to struggle not only to stop the Dodger offense but to struggle to score as well. Will Smith is second on the team with a .375 average, and then Gavin Lux is just behind at .304. One player to keep an eye on is Albert Pujols, who if nothing else is able to provide some protection in the lineup due to his big bat and just to add even more depth, especially against the Giants who lack the experience against him. My betting advice for that game is to pick under 7. Texas has had a few winning streaks this season that have kept it from completely falling out of the American League West race. The Rangers swept the Astros in a 3-game set over the weekend. They were unable to build on that momentum, losing to the Angels in a pair of games this week. Texas is now in dead last in the AL West. It was tied with Los Angeles going into Wednesday's game. The Rangers have been an average offensive club, listed at number 17 in the MLB with a team batting average of .234. The Texas Rangers need a win after losing 5 of their last 8 games. The Rangers have scored 16 runs in their last 3 games and 4 or more runs in 6 of their last 9 games. The Rangers have split their last 6 games when scoring 4 or more runs. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa leads the Rangers with 57 hits and 21 RBI, while Nate Lowe and Nick Solich have combined for 96 hits and 50 RBI. The Texas Rangers did not list a starting pitcher at the time this article was published. They are led by third baseman Ian Kiner-Falefa, who has 57 hits and a .288 average. First baseman Nate Lowe and second baseman Nick Solich each have 48 hits. Right fielder Adolis Garcia has cranked a team-high 15 home runs, which is tied for second in the MLB. They will be facing a Seattle pitching staff that is number 22 with a team ERA of 4.55. Texas has not announced its starter for this game. The Rangers have 2 starting pitchers on the injured list. This will either be a spot start for someone from the alternate training site or it will be a bullpen day. Seattle has been unable to overcome a pair of long losing streaks in the month of May. The Mariners dropped 5 consecutive games early in the month and then added a 6-game skid that ended on Monday. They picked up a pair of bounce-back wins at Oakland to open the week, but they came up just short of the sweep when they lost on Wednesday. Seattle has really struggled offensively this season. It is dead last in the MLB with a team batting average of .202. The Mariners are currently in third place in the AL West. The Seattle Mariners need a win after losing 7 of their last 9 games. The Mariners have scored 11 runs in their last 3 games and 3 or less runs in 6 of their last 9 games. The Mariners have lost 6 straight games when scoring 3 or less runs. Mitch Haniger leads the Mariners with 49 hits and 33 RBI, while Kyle Seager and J.P. Crawford have combined for 84 hits and 46 RBI. Chris Flexen gets the ball, and he is 4-2 with a 5.09 ERA and 24 strikeouts this season. Flexen is 2-0 with a 5.25 ERA and 6 strikeouts in his career against the Rangers. Right fielder Mitch Haniger leads the team with 47 hits, including 13 home runs. Shortstop J.P. Crawford has added 42 hits, while third baseman Kyle Seager has 41. They are going to face a Texas pitching staff that has a team ERA of 4.40, which puts them at number 20. Right-handed pitcher Chris Flexen will start for Seattle on Thursday night. The Rangers are 16-43 in their last 59 road games and 4-10 in their last 14 overall. I'm not running to the window to back either of these teams in their current form, as they're both piling up the losses and have major offensive issues they have to figure out. However, if forced to pick, I have to lead the Mariners at home. The Mariners are 4-1 in their last 5 Thursday games and 2-7 in their last 9 overall. The over is 4-0 in Rangers' last 4 road games. The under is 3-1 in Mariners' last 4 home games. The Rangers are 0-8 in the last 8 meetings in Seattle and 2-8 in the last 10 meetings. The Texas Rangers have played their worst ball on the road and they've lost 8 of the last 10 meetings against the Mariners. My betting advice for that game is to pick Seattle Mariners. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.